porn itself is not the problem. I'm not anti-porn by any means. In fact, I was in love with porn for a very long time. The problem is when you really get addicted to porn and you're doing it a lot, right? For instance, if you're doing it, you're watching it with your partner, this is not such a big deal. In fact, it can be, not only fun for the both of you, but it can give you, both of you, insights into what the other person, wants and likes. So that can be a good thing. Sharing it together is fine. It's just that when you're using it all the time, every time you masturbate, you use porn, not good. You're not going out, let's say you're single, you're not going out meeting people, meeting girls or guys, if you date guys or whatever, you're not going out. You're staying inside, taking the easy route, okay? And the thing is, it makes it so much harder. This is the thing. People who take the easy route tend to have the hardest life. And it's so true. And a lot of it has to do with the convenience. Like I said, we have today. You take the easy way, your life's going to be harder in the long run. And porn is certainly a great example of this when you're addicted to it. So instead of that, if you're going to use images, particularly when you masturbate, go back to the Penthouse Playboy model, okay, where you're just looking at images of sexy women, right? They can be nude, they can be clothed, they can even be in sexually provocative positions, but it's just them in the picture. They're not having sex, okay? Then you start getting turned on by the female form alone. That will actually help you in the bedroom, and that will not spike your dopamine levels like watching the porn. One thing though, one caveat on this is don't get into the scrolling mode, right? Maybe, one to a few pictures you can use during a session, right? So you're not scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. That's going to get dopamine going, okay? Not as much as porn, but it's still going to get it going. Just a little bit. If you need it, you don't even have to use those. But that's a way that you can still enjoy this imagery, because as men, we're definitely more visually focused when it comes to sex. This is where dopamine primarily gets into our system, or it gets aroused, gets activated, is through our eyes and just looking at, beautiful women, right? Do they turn us on? For women, it's a little bit different. I mean, they do definitely get turned on by the eyes, but they're much more about, the ears, listening, and imagination, that type of stuff. That's why romance novels outsell every other book category combined. It's like women's porn, right? But it's much more, dopamine's much more through the imagination and the ear. We're much more through the eye. So if you still want to use your eyes, then switch down to, like I said, a lower level of porn. No, it's a lower level of porn. A lower level of arousal, which would be just sexy pictures. You can use that without a problem. But most of all, what I really want to get in your head, because this is the mistake I see all the time, is once again, trying to narrow it down to just the one thing and work on that one thing and get frustrated when it doesn't make the results that you want. So important that you understand the ecosystem, at least from a high level. So I'm going to put that one more time, because that will keep you out of the trap of feeling like, if I just get my testosterone under control, or if I just get my blood flow under control, or if I just stop the porn, and then things don't get better, or they get better for a while and then they get worse, or even, like I said, with some of these no-fap guys, they just get worse and then they totally freak out. Then they end up going to the urologist. They put them on ED drugs. Those eventually stop working. Then they try mix injections where they have to inject their penis to get an erection. And some of those guys even go on to get penile implant surgery simply because they freaked out. It didn't understand the ecosystem. Understand the ecosystem, and that there's no magic bullet. It's just like anything else, just like a plant, your car, the earth, all these things. They're ecosystems that work together. You understand a particular ecosystem, then you'll understand how you need to address it in order to get the results that you want.
When it comes to getting throbbing, stage 4, rock hard on command, and lasting as long as you want in the bedroom, both permanently and naturally at any age, the first step is understanding exactly what is going on under the hood of your manhood. Because if a man doesn't understand the basic mechanics of how his manhood works, how can he expect anything he tries to work? He just ends up throwing punches in the dark, and then is frustrated when everything he tries stops working and makes his hardness and lasting power worse over time, conveniently leading him to more and more extreme treatments that further destroy his manhood and his ability to perform in the bedroom. So if this is a priority for you and you would like to finally get off of Big Pharma's hamster wheel, keeping you trapped, broken, and desperate, then you're going to want to set aside about 75 minutes to watch this free training I made just for you that's going to allow you to finally understand the ecosystem behind your manhood and bedroom performance. Like fixing a leaky pipe, you can't just drywall over it or you'll end up with a house full of black mold. You have to fix the source of the leaky pipe if you want permanent results that will last a lifetime. So I put a link in the description to claim a 24-hour access pass to my new masterclass that will take you by the hand and show you exactly what's going on under the hood. So you can finally understand exactly what methodologies, frameworks, and systems that our guys are using right now to conquer their bedroom performance permanently and naturally at any age. So go ahead and click the link in the description and I'll see you inside the masterclass. Xander Holt, signing off.